Got Braxton loaded down. Can where he took Bryson and Brennan and Christy up. Heading up Lake Como Road. We got everything crammed in. We got enough room for 2 people to ride, 3 people to walk. About to get to Jaws 1. First time Christy's been behind the wheel. First time she's ever been in it, just a second ago. Last time I made it up here, my 17 Raptor parked right there. I slept right here in the flat spot. Jaws 1's right there. Fixing to try it in the can. This rock is kind of famous in Colorado. There have been people die at a couple places on this road. I think it's weird they named all the obstacles Jaws. Jaws 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like a 2.5. Originally, people I think would go over the rock, but it's kind of got ate out over here on this side, so that's where a lot of people go now. It doesn't look too bad on the left side, but it's scary because it falls over. Went to back up and that tire went down in a hole. My other tire popped up in the air. I have the front sway bar disconnected, but after this I realized I probably need to disconnect the rear one, which I'll do a little bit up the trail. I wanted to make it without winching it, but I didn't want to go in reverse again after it tipped up so far, because if it did roll, we're going to keep going off the cliff. So, winched it over, and then a little bit ways past this, I disconnect the rear sway bar. Can you grab the cable and pull it out of the way? Definitely gets squeakier as we go. You can see the sway bar is still connected right there. A little ways up here, I find enough tools to take it off. This little step down in the creek seems really steep in person, just that little short part, but it doesn't look too bad in the video. Scare the kids a few times, but nothing too dangerous. Don't get that close to them. The sway bar is still connected there, I can see it.
Oh geez, about ran over Braxton.
This is Jaws 2. This is what had me worried beforehand going up. And right when I first pull up, I kind of back up and it feels like the edge kind of gives away, and I get really scared and I get out and have to take a breath before I get back in. The real route is way to the left, but most people go right here. Is a little bit easier. If you get too far to the left here, it can flip you, so you got to hug the edge. Watching back, I actually went over that rock. I wanted to go beside it, so a little more uphill than I planned on.
You're just gonna
see out here I have the rear sway bar disconnected, which I knew I had it disconnected before Jaws 2, which is probably a good thing. It seems like a really stiff bar, probably for high speed turns and stuff. We had hiked up this about 4 years ago, and I was thinking there were only like 3 or 4 big obstacles, and then it was just a kind of boulder road besides that. But there are a lot of places where you got to really pick a line. We caught a whole bunch of trout, Lake Como. That's pretty fun. The kids liked it. It rained just a little bit on us that first evening. And we were up there all alone until after dark, and then a whole bunch of hikers showed up, and there's tents all around us in the morning when we woke up. Me and Bryson hiked up to Crater Lake. This is Blue Lake right here. Man, that's awesome. I thought a rock was falling.
They territorial? You can attack us.
Go ahead, bet it, Bryson.
Got you. I'm trying to hook it.
On my hunt nap, the road ended at Lake Como, but then after we walked up to the Blue Lakes the next day, I was like, we could have drove up here. That's what we should have done, camped out of the trees, less mosquitoes. We ate some of our trout, and we stayed up there 2 nights and then headed down. Jaws 2 on the way down had me scared.
You better go for dog and pass, like, go this way. Oh, damn.
Straight.
Let's go this way. I think the back tire's off this now.
When this back tire drops off, I feel terror and then joy, and I felt like I sat there just staring into space forever. I tried to get down there before Christy could see me, but little did I know she was watching. She puffs out her cheeks and puts her hand under her chin whenever that back tire falls off. But we survived. For the 2 nights that we were up there, I was really worried about coming down Jaws 2, but I was also thinking once I got past Jaws 1, I probably should turn around and go back up without a winch. But that was going to be a tough decision to make once I got down it. In my head, going up and down, I want to keep my tire on that rock on the left side there, but both ways I stick the tire out in the bottom of that hole. I did get the back tire down a little bit there. Probably the only time I'll have the Can-Am here. We've already come all this way. Just a short trip back up and down, so I turned around and took off. Braxton on the run again. Just a little more skinny pedal and I made it over the first time. Then I transported everybody the last few miles back down to the valley floor. We took 3 of them and all of our stuff, and then went back. I let Bryce and Christy walk quite a ways if they wanted to. Went back and got them and headed home.